exalted Patreon of this episode is Key EVF. Thank you for all the support, and this community would not be the same without you. Hello everyone, Venus here, and we are back in making a tier list for all the cinematic trailers for Total War Warhammer 1. We are talking about Game 1. Only the main cinematic. We are not talking about cinematic that are giving some glimpse of legendary lords like Vlad, Isabella. No. Only the main DLC stuff. And we're not also showing the trailers that are like campaign overview. I don't like such a trailer, they are quite boring. And in the first part we were showing all the trailers before the release of the game, and now we are moving to trailers that were shown after the release of the game. So the first trailer we had after the release of the game was Blood for the Blood God. Also quite controversial, but we'll talk about it after the trailer.
Say there is honor in battle. They are fools. We fight for the Emperor, but the blood we spill serves another. More Lord of Death, keep our souls lest they fall prey to him. Beyond the world, he waits atop a throne of skulls. All blood is only borrowed. Once shed, it must return.
Very good trailer, very good quality, and showing the whole thing that it is about this DLC. So, Blood for the Blood God, adding gore, blood, spoilers, etc. to the game. Why controversial? Because base game of Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 doesn't have blood and gore. It's because of PEGI, so the game can be sold to more countries like Australia, etc. and to wider audience. But the biggest problem is with the Blood God trailer, you had to pay for it. I think $5, something like that. Still, it pissed a lot of people, me including, because I think that releasing of this DLC was not a problem, but it should have been free. You should not have need to pay for it. Of course, if you have it, you paid once for it, and you have it for the whole series. Still, is a bit scammy to pay for the Blood God. And for this trailer, I would take Taurox. Let's take Taurox for it. It will be like a representative of blood right now. And to be honest, it's an okay trailer. A little bit better than the green skin, so on par with Chaos Warriors. And also it's in the theme because Chaos Warriors are blood, corn, etc. We have another trailer, and it's called Call of the Beastmen. So it's a Norse trailer for the Beastmen DLC. Funny history with this DLC, because at the time I was working in a very, very sad corporation. Of course, good that only for 3 months, because my soul was being synced like from the vampire account. And I saw this trailer on my mobile phone. And I had very bad internet. I'm not a person that like mobile phones, etc. So I'm very bad at them, in picking them. And I had terrible internet. And I was looking on this trailer like 160p or something like that. But it still was very impressive for me at the time. And let's get back to it on a proper monitor and high quality.
Sega.
first thing, the beginning, way worse than the trailers before the release because they were drawn in the real time. This is more like a generic, sadly thing. No blood, no gore, remember, Peggy 13. It's Midland because of the color. Okay, so this is the first major DLC. It's adding a whole faction, and the trailer, to be honest, I remembered that it was a way better. It felt a little boring in some parts. A funny thing is that in all the trailers, besides the Empire 1, Empire troops are being killed or devoured or dying in many horrible ways. Here, Empire Captain is using repeater rifle, a very iconic rifle from Empire lore and Warhammer Fantasy. The thing that we still don't have in game. I know I have a little grudge about the fact that Empire is not as it should be, but to be honest, the trailer bored me a little. I had way better memories with this trailer than I remembered, and I would say it's a D. It's a D. Yeah, it bored me. it really bored me. Also, it was not showing a lot of units, and the biggest problem with this trailer is no gore in the blood. So we have this moment, like the pace. Overall, the script of the trailer is good, I think, because we have Kazrak at the beginning. He's adding those helmets, not heads. And while he's chopping head, he should be able just to take off the helmet. And then we have this ambush. Ambush is a little bit too long, I think. And the ending, also, you don't see this horde going out of the wood. It should be a little bit bigger. And the gore and the blood is missing in this trailer, like, very, very much. And you can feel it that, yeah, it's way worse without it. Another trailer is the trailer for the Grim and the Grave DLC. Very controversial DLC, but we'll be talking about later. This is the first DLC that's giving us new legendary lords and units, not the whole faction.
Sega.
Really shame because those beginnings are not drawn anymore.
'Twas a twin-tailed comet that heralded Sigmar's coming. But not every celestial body is heavenly. When darkness falls, there are those that turn to the light, and those that would embrace the shadows. The faithful and the dead have been at war for centuries. Now, at its zenith, a victor must emerge.
Stop it for a minute because this is quite interesting thing that will be only in Warhammer 1 trailers, that the trailer is showing us units. Exactly what are the units' name with this slow motion thing. Interesting thing also, the font that you are seeing, it's Calson Antica. It's an official Warhammer fantasy font that is also used in the guides and tabletop books.
Soldiers of light and fearsome abominations. A host of new combatants answer the call. Only one can win in this ageless war.
Okay, so I remember this trailer to be way better. Yeah, I remember that the trailer was way better. Interesting thing, I don't remember the logo of it, and logo is very good. We have this Sigma figure and the vampire figure way better. Yeah, the trailer was quite boring. The problem was its pacing, because he was showing those units in action and slowing motion in like 10 seconds and he's slowing again, 10 seconds, slowing again, 10 seconds, slowing again. Yeah, it really killed the pace of the trailer. Also, at the time, the DLCs were only about adding new units, legendary lords, without much of a history. This trailer tried to do a history that part of the warpstone just fall down from one of the moon, and we have this new map. One of two quest battles are on it, but without a bigger history. There isn't any rivalry, hard word. And also we have Volkmar the Grim, Grand Theurgenist, very iconic character. After Karl Franz and Boris, maybe Balthazar Gerd, he's one of the most important characters ever in Empire lore. Very iconic, against Helman Gors, the guy that was mentioned on several pages in one or two books. Very bad matchup here. And also, the trailer itself, I think it was quite boring. Yeah, I remember that it was way better. This is very good with watching those trailers right now, because you can relive some memories that you had and see them again and like why I liked it. And no, I don't like it. I found it boring. Really, I found it boring. nothing was working out there. Again, very big shame that the beginning of those trailers doesn't have this drone Sega or CA motive to them. Shame. Another trailer is The King and the Warlord, so a Dwarves against Greenskin trailer. DLC.
Sega.
Erebor. Oh,
Karak 8 Peaks. Queen of the Silver Depths. What riches lie beneath the mountain?
strong Lord of the Ring vibes here.
Few living remember its glory. But the dwarfs do not forget. A warrior king returns to take his ancestral throne from a cruel and cunning warlord, hitherto unchallenged. What fate awaits them in the darkness? The King and the Warlord.
Okay, so way better trailer than the Grim and the Grave. It had a very similar structure. Only difference was the beginning. So beginning we had a very summary of what is the rivalry of Karak 8 Peaks. So dwarves are fighting to retake their very rich Karak Erebor. Karak 8 Peaks. It's not based on Erebor, of course. It's not based on Erebor. But then we had Skarsnik. We had a use of those texts with names of the units again, but not all of them had slow motion with it, and it's way better. Also, it's used way better here. Very good history, showing all the units, nice angles with the fights, good music. I think it's way better DLC, and also this is the first DLC that wants to give you a story and had not only adding new units. I don't know if you saw, but there were some regiments of the Ranu units also in this trailer. But the fact that this trailer is showing you a little story that is also in the game. So you have this rivalry. You had proper, maybe not proper, but new small mechanics around this DLC with Skarsnik and Belegar. Very good trailer. Nothing more to say. I would say it's this is a problem. It's an A. I think it's a A. It's a trailer that I B. Okay, let's go B. It's a good trailer, but is it that good? It have this feeling of being a promotion, and if we're talking about dwarf trailers or the vampire trailer, it's more like a closed story, yeah. And here is more like a see more playing. So it's a very good trailer, but I think it's a B. It's a B on par with Empire trailer. Another trailer is the Realm of the Wood Elves, so Wood Elves DLC.
Sega.
way better addition of CA and Games Workshop logo.
The deepwood stirs. The chill winds of winter are past. And the season of war is here. The Asray are hunters. And the forest is our home. Woe betide those foolish enough to threaten it. There have been sacrifices, but we are ready. He is ready. The wild hunt begins!
Fun thing, this trailer showed way more Beastmen units than the Beastmen trailer. But overall, I think it's a good trailer. It's showing most of the units. It's telling you a story of how Orion is dying during the winter, is being reborn in the summer. He's like going, his spirit goes into a chosen of Azrai, the Wood Elves, and he's being reborn in his body. A very cool thing, very good showing of everything. We had some Easter eggs, small things like Waystone are a thing that stops Alpha Lorenzo, so the Eternal Forest, from growing. I like this trailer. Yeah, I think it's a good trailer. We also had the reference to the Two Towers, so Lord of the Rings movie, with the Ents marching to war. And let's go with the ranking. This would be harder for me. Not C, of course, but I think it's a B. It's a B trailer. Yeah, it's a good trailer. It's showing the most important thing that you need to know, and it's not boring as the Beastmen was. The Beastmen trailer I liked, but it was a little bit too long and lack of gore. Here, everything is good. We saw most important things for the faction and waiting for more. Another trailer is Bretonnia, so a trailer for a DLC, the free DLC for Warhammer 1. What's interesting, the faction itself was in the game from the beginning, but it was a placeholder, only had some new units, and CE decided that they will be a full fleshed out faction for free.
Sega.
I give my body, heart, and soul to the lady whom I seek. No plea for help shall find me wanting. No obstacle will stand before me. No evil will taint the lands bequeathed unto me. When the clarion call is sounded, I will ride out and fight in the name of liege and lady. That which is sacrament I shall preserve. That which is sublime, I will protect. That which threatens, I will destroy. For my holy wrath will know no bounds. Honor is all. Chivalry is all. Rejoice, for we, the Knights of Bretonnia, will be your shield.
Quite interesting trailer. The first thing that I saw that I didn't remember that it's very bad quality. It's quite blurry. Some textures are very blurry, especially at the beginning. You can see the low quality of it, but I like it. It's a good trailer. It's a trailer that's showing a whole faction overall. It's a very good trailer. Also, it had a very funny lore-breaking thing on the end when those knights are walking. We have many foot knights working here, like many here working, and knights are not allowed to walk when there are peasants nearby. They need to be on horses in terms of lore Bretonnia. But it's a battle, so a horse maybe died. It's okay. By the way, it's Alvaric de Bordelot as the main character here. The whole narrative was that he was renewing his Grail vow. So this is a Grail vow from the Lord that they make this vow to become Grail Knights of the Lady. Very good trailer, but it didn't took my heart so much. I would give it... Let's go with Leon Cole here. It's a B again. This is a problem with the B rank, you know, because like Empire trailer had very good moments, very good shots, etc., but was not showing Empire faction good, but was a good trailer overall. Here the trailer is nothing amazing, but it's showing a faction properly. It's showing all the things that the faction has to have. The last trailer is Norsca, so a surprise faction DLC that was the last DLC for Warhammer 1 and also pre-order DLC for Warhammer 2.
We seek the monsters that you fear the most. We chase the nightmares that haunt your cowardly dreams. The deadlier the prey, the more we exult in the hunt, the more we honor our gods. This harsh land breeds the savage, and we revel in it. The old world calls. Ripe for our taking. We fought monsters, and we became them.
Norsca, quite interesting thing with Norsca, and this trailer, I didn't notice it before, but all those monsters have arrows in them. Like here we have a goblin, we have a spider, we have a giant, and Norsca unit doesn't have archers. Whole roster doesn't have archers, so who was shooting those arrows? You would ask. But overall, very good trailer. Very good trailer. One of the best, I think. And it's an A. It's an A. It's for me. It's A for sure because it's short. Also, it's not using any game assets, so it's a full CGI trailer. But it's a very good short trailer that's showing whole faction. Norscans are savages that are killing monsters and they became monsters. Simple yet work. Actual state of Norsca in vanilla? we know how it is. Not the best. Could be way better. Let's hope that Warhammer 3 will give them a proper rework or at least some updates. So let's go with the all summary of all the videos. So going from the worst are the Grim and the Grave, very bad trailer, very uncreative for me, I think. Call of the Beastmen could be way better if they added more gore, blood, and a little bit shorter for me. Grimgo trailer, more like a campaign map showcase than Greenskins trailer, so not the best. C, we have trailers that are not bad, but are not doing their purpose. So for Taurox is representing blood for the Blood God DLC, showing blood, gore, okay, but nothing really more. It's more informative trailer than adding anything more. Kolek trailer, only thing that is saving this trailer with Chaos Wars is Kolek itself on the end with this giant hammer moment. Very cool, but not that good to save the whole trailer or give it a B rank or higher. So we're going with B rank. Bretonnia, very good trailer, but also good in terms of showing what Bretonnia is, but overall quality, I think with all of those trailers, it's the worst quality. I don't know, maybe they had some rendering problems when uploading, but it's the worst quality trailer. Then you have Wood Elves, also same as Bretonnia, nothing really outstanding, but very good showing of the whole faction. Then we have the King and the Warlord DLC, like a better version of Grim and the Grave, showing both history and units, cool music, I like it. Empire 1, all of those elements that I just mentioned, with the exception that it's showing faction that we don't have to this day, and it's not showing faction properly, but have very good angles, very good music, and it is well-paced trailer. Norsca, I was talking about it a minute ago, short, very good CGI and showing the whole faction what this is. Manfred, so Vampire Calls, also on A tier, very good trailer, very entertaining, showing a story, good glimpse of the whole faction and also campaign map. This working way better as a faction trailer and a campaign overview than the Greenskin ones. Dwarves, besides the moment when we have artillery on walls that they are no artillery ones, very good showing of dwarves and the fact that they are all about grudges. And Balthazar Gert is representing the announcement trailer here, and announcement trailer is just the best trailer in all Total War Warhammer 1 lifespan, because it's showing you Warhammer Fantasy, all its main elements, what you can expect from this, and showing you all the main factions that will be released on the release day with this game. And overall, it's a cool CGI trailer. That would be all for this one, I can say. So yeah, that was the rank tier for Warhammer 1 cinematic trailer. Please tell me in the comments what is your favorite and the least favorite trailer in Total War Warhammer 1 game. And later on we'll be making those tier list for Warhammer 2 and maybe also compare those tier lists from Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2. Remember that if you like this video, you can always subscribe, like it, or dislike it if you don't like it, so I would know that I need to work better on those videos. Hit that bell notification button if you want to be noticed about all the videos. Remember that you can also support us on Patreon and with donation. Only thanks to those your support, this content is being made. And yeah, that would be all. And that was Venris, and I'm out.